Sunday update on this is Fate, the 21st of November 2021. The doctor is about to leave when Prithvi rushed to stop him, asking how did this wrongful act happen. He immediately clarified that he meant this blessing. The doctor reveals it happened because someone gave him an injection not prescribed that caused the reaction. Prithvi immediately looks towards Sherlyn, who gave him an injection. Sherlyn gets scared thinking that Mahira brought the injection. Prithvi is shouting at them both, asking why did they have to give him the injection. Sherlyn says it is not her fault because Mahira brought the injection. Mahira immediately asked them to not look at her as she was only following his order. Prithvi asks what did he say to her, then recall that he said they do something that causes Mahesh to go back to coma and not bring him out to life. Mahira says it is not her fault, however Prithvi immediately blames Mahira, who try to reason and they get in an altercation. Sherlyn calms them down, but they both leave. She thinks that they are getting away and their trust in not the same, which is really bad, and Preeta always wins without even doing anything. Karan is in the room thinking of his plan to go on a date with Preeta, yet she did not come. Preeta enters the room apologizing for not being able to come to the date. Karan refused to listen and lies down on the bed. Preeta tries to apologize, however he says he is going to sleep in the other room. Preeta takes his hand, however he snatches it away trying to leave, however she locks the door and starts playing a song. She forcefully dances with Karan trying to calm him down and is also able to succeed. Karan finally pulls her closer and they both dance together. Inspector is standing inside the Luthras' house with all his workforce. The lady inspector asks the constable that he is working with ACP Vijay since a long time and he should know why the ACP is like this. Karina offers him to sit, however he refuses. The constable mentions that he doesn't care for anyone and their wealth and also consider everyone to be the same in the eyes of the law, so she should not think that Karan is anything in front of him and would be able to avoid the eyes of law with his money. The entire Luthra comes downstairs, including Prithvi, who at first tried to walk to the ACP, however seeing his name he stopped and turned back. Rocky explains that her entire family has come, and the only person left is her mother, who cannot come because of her injury. Karan asks what has happened and why is he here. Karina mentions that he is the ACP who once helped Mahesh during a property case. Karan explains that he cannot forget him, but seems that he has not come because of his friendship. The ACP explains that Karan is right because he has come to inform them that Akshay has been found murdered in the hotel room. The entire Luthra family is shocked to hear the news. Pammy asks if he is the same person who was about to get married to Kritika. ACP mentions that he is suspicious of their family and has any one of them been in contact with Akshay during the past week or month. Karan, Preeta and Prithvi along with Kritika all wonder if they might have been the one to murder Akshay. The ACP sees that Kritika is really nervous, so he goes to her demanding that she speak the truth. Because he knows that she was in touch with Akshay, Karina get furious, asking what is he saying. Because Akshay left her in the mandap, so she doesn't have any reason to be in touch with him, and she has even moved ahead in her life, so couldn't have killed him. Rocky try to calm Karina, asking what is she saying because the inspector never said that she killed him. ACP says there is nothing to worry about because these are the instincts of a mother, as she would not believe that her daughter has committed the murder till she has the proof, and he has understood that Kritika could not have killed Akshay because she is the kind of a girl who would share any incident with the entire family with the promise to keep it a secret, and if she was the murderer then at least one family member would have known and he would have read it from their face, but the really murderer is someone else. They only have to find the person. The ACP walks beside Prithvi, whose hands are trembling with fear. ACP turns to him and he drops the cup and starts shaking. He then promises to clean it but is stopped by Rocky, who says that she would ask the servant to clean. ACP then start circling Prithvi while Rocky advises Ganesh to clean the stain. The lady constable mentions that Sur has performed the full circle, at which the constable says that this implies he suspects Prithvi. ACP then seeks his leave from Rocky, mentioning that he would come back because they have just started the investigation, and he would come back, but then he sees Karen and Preeta, so going to her asks why did she hate Akshay so much. Preeta with a trembling voice explains that it was because he was not the right choice for Kritika. He once again advises her to speak the truth. Karen interferes, saying she has said the truth, however the inspector warns him not to speak in between. Because he asked Preeta and she is well educated and is a physiotherapist, so she can speak for herself, he must therefore not speak. The inspector performs the circle of both of them, then explains that he has gotten the answers which he desired and would keep an eye on the person at the Holi function. He also asks if they have made the dish for the function. He advises they should celebrate Holi with full zeal and zest. Suresh asks them not to worry because it is just the initial investigation and they cannot prove anything against the Luthra family, so they must sleep. Kritika is at the balcony crying her heart out. She recalls that Preeta came with the belongings and asked her to destroy them. Preeta also comes to her. Kritika immediately hugs her, asking what would happen because they met Akshay and now he is dead. Preeta assures her that there is nothing to worry about, as she did not even go inside the hotel, and if the police find any proof, she would face everything, not letting anything happen to her. Kritika hugs her while crying. Prithvi is in the kitchen drinking water, exclaiming that he did not kill him. Sherlyn comes to the kitchen. He once again says that he did not kill him. She inquires about the truth, saying that she saw him come from the window as he changed his clothes, so what is the real reason? But Prithvi is constantly saying that he did not kill anyone. Mahira listens to their conversation from the door, then run away. Sherlyn blames Prithvi for murdering Akshay. Sherlyn explains that when the inspector came he was shaking heavily and also dropped the coffee mug, which aroused suspicion. Prithvi asks what is she saying because they are both standing in the kitchen, and if she is murdered then would they blame him for killing her. Sherlyn says they can see the fear in his eyes and this time no one would be able to help him. She leaves. Prithvi thinks that Akshay died on the same day when he went to give the money, then if Sherlyn is talking like this about him it might really be true. Mahira enters her room in a state of confusion. She remembers when Sherlyn blamed Prithvi for murdering Akshay, and also Mahira realizes when Karen came with injury on his hands but refused to tell anything. Mahira decides to call Ramona, who inquires what is the matter and if she should come to help her. Mahira then reveals that Akshay was murdered and Karen was also about to meet Preeta in the same hotel, however she did not come and he got a call, after which he left in anger, and when he came back he was distressed as if he was in a fight, which is worrying her. Ramona then exclaims that it is understood that Karen is the killer. She reveals that he might have gone to the room and they both would have gotten in a fight, after which Karen might have killed him. Mahira drops the mobile. Ramona exclaims she ended the call without listening to her. She only has to wait, as the truth would surely come out. In the morning the celebrations of Holi are progressing. Preeta is walking with the Tali when she is pulled aside by Karen. Preeta gets tensed, ordering him to leave her as she needs to attend to the guests, therefore she doesn't have time to talk to him. He then apply pink color on Preeta's cheeks, wishing her happy Holi. She pushing him away is about to leave. Karen questions if she would not apply the color on him. Preeta reveals that she has to attend to the guests first and turns to leave, which angers Karen. Preeta takes his hand, however he push her away. She hug him, then rub her cheek on his face, applying the color. Karen also pulls Preeta closer when she also wishes him happy Holi. They both start laughing when Preeta turns to pick the colors and once again apply them on his face. He also apply them on hers. They both laugh out loud, then hug. Karen exclaims she has gotten romantic, asking if she was like this before. He tickles her before picking her up the ground. She runs from him while he is following her in the entire house. She even comes face to face with Prithvi, however runs away and is followed by Karen. They both do not let anyone stop them. Prithvi in anger watches them both. He gets a call from Sherlyn, who is crying. He inquires what has happened, however she doesn't say anything. He requests her to wait while he is going to come to her and hear what the problem is with her. Rocky is with Mahesh in the room. She apply color on his forehead and also make him apply color on her face, exclaiming she did not feel like celebrating the event because he is not with her. However, she is also a daughter-in-law and has to fulfill some duties. She prays that he get better as she cannot face everything alone anymore. Preeta is running from Karen. He comes from behind, then hugs her while they both start laughing. Karen asks she did not answer his question. Preeta asks if he is asking how romantic did she get. Karen refutes her, mentioning he was asking how did she get so fat. Preeta push him away when he once again questions why she did not reply to his first question. How did she get so romantic? Preeta suddenly hears Bonnie Daddy calling. She try to leave. Karen pull her, but she calls him Janu and leaves. Mahira is coming from the corridor. She asks Karen what is he looking at. He responds that he was looking at Preeta. Mahira questions where is she. Karen asks her to look at her from his point of view, only then would she be able to see Preeta. Mahira asks how much he loves her. Karen respond that he doesn't have any words to answer the question. Prithvi secretly enters the room of Sherlyn while she is crying. He asks why she is crying, then asks if Rishabh did not say anything to her or scolded her. He asks her to say it clearly, as then he would take revenge from Rishabh under any circumstance. Sherlyn asks if he can see anything. Prithvi mentions that he can see she is sitting and there is also bed. Sherlyn explains that her pregnancy can be seen. Prithvi explains that it will be seen, but she doesn't have to worry as the Luthra family knows. Sherlyn asks what would happen about her figure. Prithvi says there is nothing that can change how he views her because she is just like him. However, she starts questioning if he actually killed Akshay, but Prithvi leaves in anger, complaining why does she not trust him when he never questions her. Rocky is overseeing the preparations of the Holi when Shrishti come and greet her. Rocky tell that Preeta is inside the house. Shrishti rush inside. Rocky sees two of the guests coming. She greet them and is then presented with homemade sweets. Karina also come and they start conversation. Rocky question if her mother is the same as before when Harish explains that it is just a misconception because mother-in-laws are not always cruel. Karina asks them to witness Rocky as she has two daughters-in-law. Rocky explained that the younger one is Preeta while the elder one is Sherlyn. Karina says that she is also pregnant. Karen warn Mahira not talk about death on the event of Holi. Mahira seeks permission to apply color on Karen. Karen laughs, exclaiming one doesn't take permission to apply color, and when he picks them, Samir rush hugging him while wishing him happy Holi. He then apply the color. Mahira very cleverly apply the color on her face, exclaiming she also has the colors of Karen.